Hello everyone! So here we meet once again, as promised, having completed our fifth book of our 52 weeks, 52 books challenge. And the book that I've reread, completed once again, and made notes of just for you is Predictably Irrational by Dan Ariely. Now, this book dives very deep into explaining some of the most coolest and amazing choice management and decision influencing strategies that a lot of big brands, big companies use to upsell you their products or to make you buy their products. And the best part about this book is, or the strategies discussed herein, is that if you are a businessman, you can use all these strategies and techniques to influence the choices and decisions of your customers. If you're in a job, then you can use all the strategies and techniques discussed herein to get the best out of your teams in terms of performance and productivity. And most importantly, all the techniques and strategies discussed herein, these techniques can be used to regulate or influence the actions, behavior, and decisions of anyone and everyone around you. So, the best part is that you can use these techniques in your own family, yes, to influence anyone among your family members as well. And that is what makes this book so interesting and a must read for each and every one of you. So, just in case if you wish to buy this book, I have pasted a link in the description given below. You simply need to click on this link and buy this book from Amazon. Having said that, now let's quickly move on to our learnings from the book. Predictably Irrational by Dan Ariely tells us that humans rarely choose things in absolute terms. That is, we always tend to make decisions by considering the advantage of one thing over the other. Now, a lot of companies make us buy the products they want us to buy by exploiting this very trait of ours. Let me explain how. They do so by inserting something called as the decoy. For example, if you're asked to choose one among the given three options, which one will you choose? Option A, 1 year of Amazon subscription worth rupees 599. Option B, 1 year of Netflix subscription worth rupees 1299. And option C, 1 year of Amazon plus Netflix subscription worth rupees 1299. Now, which one will you choose? It's very evident that no one is going to choose option B. ऑप्शन बी और सी की कंपैरिजन अगर आप करो तो सी ज्यादा फायदेमंद है, क्योंकि यहां पे Amazon और नेटफ्लिक्स दोनों मिल रहा है उतने में ही जितना बी ऑप्शन में केवल नेटफ्लिक्स मिल रहा है. नाउ मोस्ट ऑफ अस विल आइदर चूज ए और सी, एंड इफ यू चूज सी वी चूज इट बाय कंपेयरिंग इट विद बी, क्योंकि जैसा मैंने कहा बी में केवल नेटफ्लिक्स 1299 में मिल रहा है और यहां पे सी में नेटफ्लिक्स प्लस Amazon 1299 में मिल रहा है. तो सी वाला ऑप्शन ज्यादा फायदेमंद लग रहा है, राइट? थैंक्स टू ऑप्शन बी विच इज अ डिकॉय. अरे भाई, कंपनी को ऑप्शन बी बेचना ही नहीं है, लेकिन ऑप्शन बी की होने की वजह से सी वाला ऑप्शन आपको ज्यादा फायदेमंद लग रहा है. दैट इज एग्जैक्टली व्हाट द कंपनी वांट्स यू टू फील एंड बाय. नाउ फॉर अ मोमेंट जस्ट थिंक, अगर मैं ऑप्शन बी को यहां से हटा दूं तो क्या होगा? अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हु चोज Amazon प्लस नेटफ्लिक्स इन 1299 यानी 1299 में, उनमें से काफी सारे लोग फिर एक बार रिवर्ट हो जाएंगे केवल Amazon की सब्सक्रिप्शन पे यानी 599 में, बिकॉज 599 और 1299 में तकरीबन 600-700 रुपए का फर्क है, ऑलमोस्ट डबल का फर्क है. यू गेट माई पॉइंट? इट वॉज द decoy that made maximum people choose C over A. B की मदद से कंपनी ने बहुत सारे लोगों को A से C पर आने पे मजबूर कर दिया, उनको ये फील करवाकर कि सी वाला ऑप्शन बहुत ज्यादा फायदेमंद है बी की तुलना में, जबकि उनको बी वाला ऑप्शन बेचना ही नहीं था. नाउ दैट इज नोन एज द डिकॉय इफेक्ट. नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू अनदर ब्यूटिफुल कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड एंकर. इसको ध्यान से समझना. ओके, सो आई डिड एन एक्सपेरिमेंट विद अ ग्रुप ऑफ पीपल वेयर आई आस्क्ड देम कि भाई, अगर मैं आपको एक एप्पल 10 रुपए में दूं और अगर मैं आपको एक ऑरेंज 10 रुपए में दूं तो आप क्या खरीदोगे? And let me show you what the results were. The result of this experiment was that 35 people selected apple and 9 people selected orange. तो अगर मैं एक व्यापारी होता, सेलर होता, and if I were to sell all these apples and oranges at the given price, I would have earned a total of 440 rupees, right? 35 एप्पल के 350 रुपए और 9 ऑरेंजेस के 90 रुपए, 350 और 90 कितने हुए? 440 रुपए. Now see what I did next. In the second experiment, I introduced a third option. इसको ध्यान से देखिएगा. Where I offered 1 apple and 1 orange at rupees 15. अब ध्यान से समझना. Actually, by using the first experiment, I created an anchor in the minds of the participants that एक ऑरेंज या एप्पल की जो कीमत है, जो वैल्यू है, वो 10 रुपए की है. अब मैंने जब थर्ड ऑप्शन में यहां एप्पल प्लस ऑरेंज की कीमत 15 रुपए लिख दी, तो जाहिर सी बात है एवरीवन फाउंड दिस टू बी द बेस्ट ऑप्शन, थिंकिंग दैट इस ऑप्शन से उनके 5 रुपए बच जाएंगे. But what they didn't realize is that if they select the third option, they are already spending 50% more money. पहले एक्सपेरिमेंट में जहां 10 रुपए खर्च होने वाले थे, अब यहां 15 रुपए खर्च हो रहे हैं. अब इस एक्सपेरिमेंट का रिजल्ट देखिए. थर्ड ऑप्शन की मदद से मैंने 47 लोगों को अपसेल कर दिया. जहां 35 लोग 10 रुपए खर्च कर एप्पल खरीदने वाले थे, अब केवल 3 लोग एप्पल ले रहे हैं. और जहां 9 लोग 10 रुपए खर्च करके ऑरेंज लेने वाले थे, अब केवल एक इंसान ले रहा है और मैक्सिमम लोग 10 की जगह 15 रुपए खर्च करने के लिए तैयार हैं to buy an apple plus orange. And if I was the seller, अगर मैं एक व्यापारी होता, and if I were to sell all these apples and oranges at the given price, I would have earned a total of 745 rupees in place of 440 rupees in the first experiment. Isn't that insane? Just by using one simple technique of anchor, I made so many people to change their decision and spend more money, as a result of which I almost doubled my revenue. And this is exactly what big brands and big companies do to upsell you their products and services. Now, the next strategy that I found very interesting was this one: choice. People often tend to make decisions based on comparison and find it very easy to compare similar things. For example, if I ask you to choose between an online course of Dr. Vivek Bindra, an online course of Mr. Sonu Sharma, and an online course of Mr. Yogendra Singh Rathod, it would be very easy for you to make a choice, right? But instead of this, if I ask you to choose between the online course of Dr. Vivek Bindra, an indoor physical training of Mr. Sonu Sharma, or an outdoor physical training by Mr. Yogendra Singh Rathod, now making a choice will start to get a little difficult or confusing. अगर आप इस चॉइस के कंसेप्ट को अच्छे से समझ लो ना, तो आप किसी के लिए भी कोई भी बड़ा डिसीजन लेना आसान बना सकते हो, और चाहो तो किसी को ऐसे कंफ्यूज कर सकते हो कि वो कोई डिसीजन ही ना ले पाए. Similarly, there is one more amazing strategy covered in this book called the cost of zero cost. Check this out. The word free makes people go crazy, insane. For example, if someone goes to buy a shirt and the offer says, "Bhai, buy one and get 30% off," or "buy two and get two free," what will most people choose? Yes, you're right. Most of us will buy two and get two free. मतलब इस फ्री के चक्कर में जहां हमारे जेब से केवल 700 रुपए खर्च होने वाले थे, फर्ज कीजिए 1000 रुपए का शर्ट है, 30% डिस्काउंट के हिसाब से 700 रुपए में मिल जाता, लेकिन जहां केवल 700 रुपए खर्च होने वाले थे, वहां हमने 2000 खर्च कर दिए 4 शर्ट लेने में, जबकि हमको एक की ही जरूरत थी. बट हमें लगा कि बाय टू गेट टू फ्री में ज्यादा फायदा है. नाउ you must have had similar experience with Amazon or Zomato. अक्सर बहुत बार ऐसा होता है ना, that it tells you to add items to qualify for free delivery. जैसे फर्ज करो आपने कुछ 500 रुपए के आइटम्स खरीदे Amazon या Zomato से, it says that add items worth ₹150 more for free delivery. फिर आप क्या करते हो? आप 150 रुपए के आइटम्स और ऐड कर देते हो. अब भाई इसको ध्यान से समझना, 50 रुपए की डिलीवरी कॉस्ट बचाने के लिए आप 150 की फिजूल की खर्च ऐड कर रहे हैं. What you don't realize is to save 10% of your money, you're spending 20% more. This is exactly how companies upsell you and suck more money out of you. Similarly, adding the term zero in front of your product or service helps you to exaggerate the price of your product or services and add a lot of extra zeros to your revenue. You would obviously pay more for a 0-calorie Coke as compared to a normal Coke. Isn't that right? You'd obviously pay more for a 0-calorie cake than a normal cake, and you would, but of course, pay more for a 0-fat oil as compared to a normal oil. So adding a zero in front of your product or services will help you to add a lot of zeros to your revenue. Similarly, there are so many wonderful concepts and strategies explained in this book, like the third-party approach, the placebo effect, etc., etc. And there is one more amazing experiment that I did to test, this is the experiment, to test the strategies of influencing that has been discussed in this book. So what I did was I shared a video with a group of people and ran a poll asking them what makes a person give his 100% to something. What creates that strong drive, giving two options. First, fear of loss, and the second, hope of gain. Now, in this poll, out of all the people who participated, 11 people responded saying that it is fear of loss that makes someone give his 100%, and 28 people said that no, it is hope of gain that makes someone give his 100% to something. Now, to test whether the strategies and concepts discussed in this book stand true or not, I decided to implement these points and check for myself. So, what did I do? I posted a voice note appreciating and acknowledging the responses of all the participants and setting the context once again for re-evaluation and rethinking by asking leading questions. Now, after the voice note, when I did the same poll once again, you would be surprised to see the results. This time, in place of 11 people who had voted for fear of loss in the previous experiment or the poll, this time 35 people voted for fear of loss. And where in the previous poll or experiment, 28 people voted for hope of gain, the next time, after listening to the voice note, only 2 people voted for hope of gain. Now, there was no right or wrong answer here. I simply wanted to check whether by following the steps mentioned in this book, will I be able to change or influence the choice and opinion of the participants? And to my surprise, yes, I was able to do that. What I did was I simply followed the steps written here. Never oppose, object to, or disregard the existing choice of someone. This will put you in direct conflict with a person's ego. Instead, what you need to do is acknowledge, appreciate their choice, and offer them an opportunity to rethink and re-evaluate their options. Do it together. Ask leading questions by giving examples and then repeat the main choice question and you will see the difference. They will choose the same option that you want them to choose. Now, those were some of my learnings that I'd made notes of just for you. But honestly speaking, if you really want to learn and implement these strategies and techniques, you might have to read them over a couple of times more, and that's exactly why you must have a copy of your own. So as I said earlier, just in case if you wish to buy this book, you can check out the link given in the description below. Simply click on the link and buy this book from Amazon. Well, the next book that I'm going to read for you is Do Epic Shit by Ankur Warikoo, which essentially speaks about your relationship with time, money, and yourself, and how that defines or impacts everything that happens with you and how you can lead a more happy and a fulfilling life. So stay tuned for more updates and make sure that you have subscribed to the channel, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to stay updated with all our upcoming videos.